pretty gusty, pretty windy.
Jamaica's shoreline is being overwhelmed with winds gusting more than 60 miles per hour, dangerous flooding, and storm surge projected up to 13 feet as Hurricane Melissa thrashes the island. Inside the storm Monday, hurricane hunters from NOAA were forced to abort their data collecting mission because of severe turbulence. This video shows what crews were able to capture before the scrapped flight. On the ground, mandatory evacuations forced hundreds into shelters.
We're all buttoned down and locked up. The thing that concerns us the most is mostly just the wind and the rain.
Those dangerous conditions closed Jamaica's airports when Melissa was approaching, leaving many vacationers stranded until the historic storm passes through the Caribbean.
We're trying to be as prepared as we can.
Bridget and Wayne Todd are in Jamaica on their honeymoon. The North Carolina couple has experienced hurricanes in the U.S. before, but say those are no match for Melissa.
We've never had one to this level. My biggest concern is really just the damage it'll do afterwards and us being stranded out here for possible weeks.
Yeah, when this storm just skirted by Haiti and the Dominican Republic, at least 4 people were killed. This one's going to make direct impact on Jamaica. And we know in the days leading up to the storm, the government has said already they know of 3 deaths that are related to this. That was mostly from people who were out cutting trees or trying to remove tree limbs. And there were many people injured falling off of rooftops in preparation for this storm. They are telling people right now, even in Kingston, where the wind is down and the rain is down right now, stay inside until this storm passes by the island. Jason Allen, CBS News in Kingston, Jamaica.
And meteorologist Kendall Wilson will have much more on Hurricane Melissa during her full forecast. The Lansing Police Department says officers arrested 2 suspects who stole a car and crashed into an apartment building. It happened near 321 North Butler Boulevard shortly after 8:30 this morning. Officials tell 6 News that after a short chase, the suspects tried to get away from police and crashed into the apartment complex building. Police say both suspects were taken into custody. The Michigan Public Service Commission is looking into the future of energy in our state. It held a public hearing last night to talk about how electric utilities will meet the future power demand, with the possibility of more data centers being built all throughout the state. But so far, there has been a lot of pushback. Before the hearing began inside Oakland Community College, a group of environmentalists rallied outside asking the state to tightly regulate electric utility companies to avoid giant rate hikes for customers and to avoid losing progress on clean energy goals that were established by the My Healthy Climate Plan. Protesters say they are concerned that these data centers will put those goals in jeopardy, considering the amount of energy and water that they use.
We need to make sure that water is put first, that we demand that our utilities do a water analysis and don't threaten the drinking water and threaten to lower our aquifers over the next decade.
The MPSC is still accepting public comment until this Friday and will make its decision on requirements for electric utilities' long-range plans on November 14th. For the next 2 days, Jackson County hosting several open house style gatherings to give people the opportunity to help shape the future of that community. The gatherings are called Drive Jackson Vision Plan pop-up events. Organizers say they're designed to make it easier for everyone to share their ideas and feedback on the county's next 20-year strategic plan. The first will be held tonight from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Martin Luther King Jr. Recreation Center, and there will be 3 more tomorrow at Callahan's Coffee, Jackson City Hall, and the Lost Railway Museum.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
As we mentioned at the top of our show, the big weather story that we have right now is Hurricane Melissa, just about to make landfall on the west end of the island of Jamaica, bringing sustained winds of 185 miles per hour, which means that even as the storm was approaching the island this morning, it was still gaining in strength. This is the strongest hurricane that the island of Jamaica has seen in recorded history. Even outside of that, this is one of the strongest hurricanes that we have had in the Atlantic, just period, overall. Notice that the central pressure for Melissa right now currently tied for the top 3 strongest hurricane that we have ever seen in the Atlantic. It's tied with the Labor Day hurricane, which was set back in 1935. This system is moving at an incredibly slow crawl. It's only moving off to the northeast right around 9 miles per hour, which means the island of Jamaica will be dealing with life-threatening storm surge, catastrophic flash flooding, and of course damaging winds as we go throughout the better portion of the day today. Now, as the eye of the hurricane makes its way over the island itself, it will slightly slightly decrease in strength. Notice it's a Category 4 storm with the eye off of the island by the time we hit 7 o'clock this evening. Eventually, it'll go on to affect the island of Cuba, the southeastern section of the Bahamas, before continuing to weaken as it moves out over the Atlantic Ocean. So no landfall imminent here in the United States, but of course our thoughts and our prayers definitely with those down in Jamaica, Cuba, and the southeastern edge of the Bahamas as well. Here in mid-Michigan, we have a lot of dry weather in the forecast thanks to an area of high pressure that is just off to our north and east. You'll notice, however, while we are dealing with sunshine, a lot more cloud cover and a lot more precipitation gathering off to our west. The good news is the system to our west is actually going to dive a little bit south of our area. So we are staying dry and mostly sunny as we go throughout the rest of our Tuesday. A slight increase in cloud cover is expected by Wednesday, but still overall mostly sunny to partly cloudy conditions in the forecast by then. The latest updates that we have for our computer models later on this week show some really encouraging signs. It's taking this area of low pressure a little bit further off to the northeastern edge of the country, which means while an isolated sprinkle will be possible in our area on Thursday, most of us will stay dry and mostly cloudy. It'll be a very similar situation just in time for Friday, which means it is looking a little bit more encouraging that we will see dry weather just in time for trick-or-treating. Outside right now, widespread sunshine here in the city of Lansing. Temperatures 52 degrees. It has been slightly breezy this morning, however. Current winds 10 miles per hour coming out of the east. Peak wind gusts in Lansing 14 miles per hour thus far. We're at 53 degrees over in Jackson. That maximum wind speed 31 miles per hour thus far. A very similar situation in Hillsdale with the lack of cloud cover that we have in place. Also sitting in the low 50s, winds northeast at 14 miles per hour. Notice we have a couple of clouds up in St. John's. Temperatures also sitting in the low 50s over here. Very similar to what we saw yesterday. There's plenty of sunshine in the forecast for today. Temperatures topping out near 57 degrees. Overnight tonight, we're cooling down into the mid-30s with those mostly clear skies. Notice as we go forward, even though overall we are going to be dry, our high temperatures are going to be cooling down. We're in the mid-50s for highs on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, cooling down into the low 50s. The chance for rain going to try to pop up across the area in time for the weekend. It does look like most of us will be dry, but of course that high is going to be in the upper 40s across the region.
Yikes, when's the last time we saw that?
I know, it's been a while,
it's been
right?
a while, and all those threes.
I know, we have a lot of 30s for lows in the forecast too.
All right, thank you, Kendall. Well, as we just heard, the weather getting colder, and 6 News once again hosting our Coats for the Community Drive. It starts today. The event will take place all week, and we encourage you, our viewers, to donate new or gently used coats. And you can drop off the coats right here at our station or at Child and Family Services, Shaheen Chevrolet or Cadillac, 2 Men in a Truck, Carpet Studio, and any participating Variamus cleaners. You can donate now through Halloween night. Still ahead on 6 News at noon, we'll have the latest on the government shutdown as it enters its 28th day. So keep it right here, 6 News at noon. We'll be right back.